Have you ever driven for so long that the road stops feeling like a road, like it's watching you? Truckers say that after enough miles, the highway becomes something else entirely. Not just asphalt and faded paint, but a place that remembers every crash, every scream, every soul that never made it home. And this story comes from a man who swears the road answered him back, because somewhere out there, between mile markers that don't exist and exits that never appear, something is still standing on the shoulder, waiting, and once you see it, you never really stop seeing it. This is a true trucker horror story, one that's been whispered through CB radios, late-night diners, and quiet rest stops for decades. It's not told for entertainment, it's told as a warning. What makes this story disturbing isn't what jumps out at you, it's what slowly settles in, the isolation, the exhaustion, and the moment you realize the road knows you're alone. Marcus Hale had been a long-haul trucker for nearly 15 years. He wasn't reckless, he wasn't inexperienced, and he definitely wasn't the kind of man who spooked easily. That night, he was hauling refrigerated freight through a long, empty stretch of Midwestern highway, one of those roads where towns are dozens of miles apart and radio stations fade into static without warning. It was just after 2 in the morning, that dangerous hour where your thoughts grow louder than the engine and your eyes start to betray you. The road ahead was empty, nothing behind him, just darkness and the steady hum of 18 wheels rolling forward. That's when Marcus noticed the mile marker, 317. He frowned, because according to his GPS, he had already passed mile marker 317 nearly 10 minutes earlier. He told himself it was nothing, fatigue, a mental slip. Truckers learn early not to overthink small things, but the road doesn't like being ignored. A few minutes later, Marcus saw someone standing on the shoulder of the highway. A man, tall, still, facing away from traffic. There was no car, no hazard lights, no movement at all. Marcus eased off the accelerator. Truckers are taught never to stop for hitchhikers. Too many risks, too many bad stories. But something about this man felt wrong in a way Marcus couldn't explain. The man wore a reflective safety vest, but it was torn and filthy, like it had been dragged across the road. As Marcus passed him, the man slowly turned his head and smiled. Not a friendly smile, not a desperate one. It was wide, deliberate, expectant. Marcus felt his stomach drop. That smile wasn't asking for help. In his side mirror, Marcus saw the man raise his arm, not waving, pointing straight at the truck. Marcus whispered "nope" under his breath and pressed the accelerator. When he checked the mirror again, the man was gone. No footsteps, no sound, no sign he'd ever been there. Just an empty shoulder and another mile marker, 317. Marcus tried to laugh it off, told himself he was tired. Then the CB radio crackled to life. Static at first, then a voice, low and distorted. "If anyone's near 317, keep driving." Marcus grabbed the mic. "Breaker? Who's this?" Silence. Then another voice cut in sharp and urgent. "He's not stranded. Don't stop. You never stop." Marcus swallowed. "How do you know?" The response came slower this time. "Because I stopped." The channel dissolved into static. Marcus flipped through frequencies. Nothing. Every station was dead except one. A whisper, barely louder than the engine. "You already passed him." Marcus slammed the brakes. The truck screeched to a halt. Heart pounding, he looked through the windshield. There, standing in the middle of the road, was the man. Same torn vest, same wide smile, but this time his feet weren't touching the ground. Marcus swerved hard, barely keeping the truck upright as he blasted past him. The moment he passed, the figure vanished like smoke in headlights. Marcus didn't slow down, didn't look back. A few minutes later, an exit sign appeared. Rest area, 1 mile. Relief washed over him. Lights, people, safety. He took the exit without hesitation. The ramp curved and curved and curved until it dropped him right back onto the highway. Same darkness, same stretch of road, same mile marker. 317. This time, the marker was bent, twisted, like something had wrapped its hands around it. The CB radio crackled one last time. "You didn't listen. He doesn't like being ignored." Marcus screamed and floored the accelerator. He drove until sunrise. When he finally reached his destination, shaken and exhausted, he checked his logbook. The timestamps didn't make sense. According to the clock, he'd been on that stretch of highway for over 7 hours. It should have taken less than than 40 minutes. Marcus quit long-haul trucking 3 months later, but he didn't stop asking questions. Over time, he learned other drivers had reported the same things: a man in a torn reflective vest, a mile marker that repeats, warnings over the CB radio, lost time. Official records showed nothing: no construction, no accidents, no mile marker 317. But veteran truckers had a name for it. They called him the Flag Man. Some say he was a road worker killed decades ago during a night shift accident, left behind, forgotten. Now he waits for drivers who are too tired to notice what's wrong. And if you stop for him, you never make it back onto the road. Marcus never drives at night anymore. And when static starts sounding like whispers, he turns the radio off, because the road remembers who's passed through it, who ignored the warnings, and who stopped when they shouldn't have. So if you ever find yourself alone on a long stretch of highway and you see someone standing on the shoulder, don't stop, because some mile markers aren't meant to be found. If you want more true stories that linger long after the video ends, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay right here. And if you've ever experienced something strange on the road, share it in the comments. The highway is always listening.